Bea Mulchrone. I've lived here for the past 67 years in Cottage. Before I came here, I lived near Crossmolina, Keena. I have happy memories of my youth. We had a farm, sheep farm, and it meant outdoor work every day. I went to school, to Keena National School. Mrs. Cafferquay and Master Cafferquay were my teachers. I had two other sisters, May and Kathleen, and one brother, Eddie. My father's name was Michael and my mother was Mary. We had a very happy home. We had hens, ducks, sheep and cattle. And we lived mostly on farming. I came here in 1967 and it was something similar to Mulchrone's Rose Cottage. And something similar, we have farming. My husband was a tailor and his father before him was James. James was his name, he was a tailor. So time went by and I had two children, Patrick and James. But Patrick lives now in Castlebar and he has his family, and his children's name is Hannah, Amy, Maria and Patrick. And James lives in Kerry. He's a chef. So he comes very often to visit me. Life can be difficult when you get old, but then there again I always enjoyed a good healthy life, and I'm very thankful to God for that. Now I am old and I'm not able to get around very well, but at least I have quite a lot of visitors calling me. When I was younger, I always made my own bread and butter, and I sold the butter to different neighbours. I always loved outdoor, and we had always cattle and sheep, and I lived with my in-laws for 11 years. James Mulchrone and Deela, and they were always such nice people. After 11 years I had two boys, Patrick and James. Now they're grown. Patrick lives at the moment in Castlebar and James lives in Kerry, but he comes so often to see me. I find it difficult now to walk and difficult to hear, but still I have nothing more to complain about. I have no pains or aches. It would be nice to be young again, but that will never happen. But then I have nothing to complain about. When I came here, of course, it was a very old-fashioned house, and I was anxious. I had modern ideas. So, bit by bit, I got it to my own liking. Yeah, I got it to my own liking. Had the water, of course there was no running water then, and there was all the different, so I no central heating. So however, I got one way with another. I don't know how I got paid for it. how I paid for it, but I got it to my own liking, and I'm quite content. I wouldn't want to change back to the old times. They were difficult, and money was very scarce. But I think it's a lot of to thank God for when you've got your health and able to work. At home, we'd have a few hundred sheep, and my father would come to the fairs in Newport, I remember well, and he always brought us, they were called penny packages. I suppose they cost more than that, but he always brought them home to my brother and I. And the excitement, when little things meant a lot. Now that I'm 95, I cannot go on much longer from me. But I'm thankful to God. We always had our own. My father used to kill our own lambs, and they were salted for so long. We give so much to the neighbours, and they were salted. They with salt, and they lasted. And we had always a pig every Christmas. It was killed, and we'd have been so fond of the pig it meant crying, and we wouldn't want to eat the bacon for so long. However, time went on, and we walked to school. It was about 3 miles from us, but we walked to school morning and evening. And we always got wet, but we never got really a bad cold. There was always a crowd, and we always enjoyed. We always seemed happy. In those times, there was no cars. There was just side cars drawn with a horse, and a donkey was always very useful for bringing home the turf and the various little jobs. And my mother always did her own baking, and and the Christmas cakes was very important. But we always seemed, I can never remember a day we were unhappy until my parents passed away, and then the unhappiness sets in. But it's life. Now that I'm 95, I don't know what's to come next. And the virus now is here, and there's such restrictions, it's not easy living. But still, thank God, if it hasn't come as far as my house yet. And please God it won't. But we need to pray fervently.